Good morning. Welcome to Pate's Performance Weekly Live. Oh, I'm sorry, Pate, no S, because we're missing. Why would you turn the light off? People need to see. Well, hello.
So bright.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. It's 8
Why
o'clock.
is the kitchen counter so greasy? What
It's
are you
8 o'clock.
doing down here?
Eating real quick.
Not off a plate, off the counter?
No, because I don't have to do dishes.
Oh my God.
Or you don't have to do dishes if I don't get them dirty. See?
So you ate directly off the
So-
counter.
So you're welcome.
There's
you never-
definitely butter smeared
You
all
never
over
say
the place.
I think of you, and I definitely have.
Sorry. I was a little tardy for this party because Miss Pate started her own party this morning. I had to go on an interview to be on the show today. Who's the funner, Pate's performance?
I don't even know how to move on from that.
Today's going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day, actually. Well, let's not count the chicks before they're hatched, shall we?
Yeah, let's not.
But how about we word it this way? Today has the potential to be a great day, folks. Every day has the potential to be a great day, but today truly, truly does. And it started out just dandy in my book.
Do we talk about last? So last week's live was canceled for multiple reasons.
Not
mainly
due to me.
But the Sunday upload was funny. How at that point, I'm ahead on content, and it is what it is, right? So be it. Every time I go out in the driveway, which is basically almost every day, I take the camera with me and I just go. So times that by whatever, and there's just not enough time in the day. We were talking about with Bruce Penn and all that stuff about how much work it is to film and edit video. So obviously everything I do does not go up right away. So it just happened to be that Saturday, that weekend that we canceled our live, she wasn't feeling well, but well enough to do a live. So that video was, why were you not feeling well that time? Do you remember? With the snow blowing? I don't know, but she just wasn't doing
It was
well.
so long ago.
Yeah, so long ago. Keyword, so long ago. As you could tell, in New York, we had a cold snap, and I wasn't wearing cold snap weather. So that's also a good hint. Number two, mostly me. I don't know how far I want to go down this rabbit hole.
I'm sure you'll spiral.
Pate's performance will always remain a positive channel no matter what. I cannot, say this more than once, hammer and stone, hammer and concrete. I mean, this is not a channel of negativity. Especially now more than ever, there is a lot of unnecessary negativity in the world. And there are many platforms that you experience negativity on. Personal life, Facebook, a lot of social media, right? Pate's performance will not participate in that. I feel it's like a safe haven for people who just don't want to deal with any of that stuff, because you're always dealing with it, whether it's on your, social media, the news and all that stuff. We want to have this, some sort of, little happy place that's filled with, gas, oil, diesel, fuel, smiles, laughs, money, right? 'Cause that's what we do here. That's what hopefully you guys could do.
That's not to say that if something happens in someone's life,
Yeah.
we don't come together
Yeah.
as a community
Yeah.
and
With-
try to uplift
yes.
them.
We've done that.
Those are
We've
the
done
things that aren't always the most positive, and they're the unhappy times, but we rally together as a community. It's more the things that are happening out in the world that some channels, and hey, that's their bag. That's how they choose to grow, and that's their deal. That's not ours. So we hope that whenever you stop by here, whether it's with us on a live on a Saturday or during the week, that you're going to pick up a tidbit, you're going to have a laugh, sometimes on our account or not. And that's the goal of the channel. So, I'm sure you could turn on the news or some of the other channels if you need a little anxiety or stress, but it's just hopefully not going to happen here, right?
Yes.
So there you go.
So the mood I was in, I just didn't want to bring that energy or aura to you. I am still in that mood. I'm just trying to be just a little
Was
bit
it like someone pooped
better.
in your Easter basket?
Worse. But, you know, that's it.
Someone pooped in his Easter basket.
Life goes
that
on
day, so.
for sure. Maybe in different directions.
Mhm.
You know, we won't know till later on. You know, tomorrow's never promised. I have to look at my options and entertain them and go from there. I have a pretty promising option, so you know, we'll see. But the reason why she thinks today is going to be a good day is because yesterday, Mrs. Pate's Performance locked in a deal to sell a snowblower.
I get it done.
That I think we've had for 2 years or a year. It's actually featured on the channel. I have to go look on the channel to see how long we've had it.
Now, touche. Before we start saying how long any of us, because let's be honest.
We haven't had snow in 2 years.
Hold the train, washwoman. We haven't, let's be realistic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure there are quite a few of us that have some winter equipment that's been sitting on a back burner for a minute. We haven't experienced the type of winters that we've had in quite a few years. But I have to tell you, I am quite the follower, a little side note tidbit about Mrs. Pate's Performance. This goes back to actually the year we were getting married. I became quite the follower of the Farmer's Almanac. And I did not know there were different versions to the Farmer's Almanac. There is like the true authentic version that is not the $6.99 edition that you can send away for, like the infomercial one. There is quite a thorough one that we have our hands on. And I have to tell you, it's like Nostradamus style. And since the year we got married, I have to tell you, that darn Farmer's Almanac has been dead on as far as our winters, the seasonal changes, some of the global climate changes we've been experiencing. So if you're not so much into the whole Farmer's Almanac thing, I have to tell you, it's been spot on. And it's calling for, if you read the authentic, true Farmer's Almanac.
Farmer's Almanac has flip-flopped 2 or 3 times already this year.
Not the authentic one. The authentic one has always held true to what it's saying for December and January.
I need evidence of this.
Well, evidence I shall show you with the fact that clearly today, Mrs. Pate's Performance has locked in a sale. Where this little spud is from is actually from a part of New York that happens to see snow sooner than we do here on Long Island.
No.
Yes. And your directions are about as far as a paper bag.
He's from West. That's like Queens.
No, he is not from the Queens area. And at the end of the day, I think this gentleman knows what we know. That mid-December, we will see a little thrust come through the Northeast, as well as about the 3rd into 4th week of January.
It's out West. Look. It's off Jericho Turnpike. You're making it sound like he's...
So at the end of the day, we have one of... And this is not a small machine. We are pushing out...
It's a 24-inch.
A decent inch.
Not a half hour away.
At the end of the day, I think this is the start. This is my prediction to a few more sales coming our way.
We need sales.
Everyone needs sales.
We don't need
Everyone
sales for the
needs
money.
sales.
I would just like to free up some space, but then here we know it's going to be I have to discipline myself because I need to stop buying once I'm selling in retrospect to snowblowers. But anyway, let's go through the chat before we continue.
Henry, whenever there's a week without you, it's not a full week. My heart breaks.
That is
I missed
so
you.
Creepy.
And last week's canceling of the live
creepy.
was due to him.
So I didn't tell her that I canceled the live.
I was quite upset.
My whole
here's
thing
my
I'm
deal.
Going through, I have trouble sleeping, and so I forgot what time I canceled live. She was in bed, and I guess she got up, woke up, noticed that I can't. What do you mean you can't? You didn't tell me. I says, if you want to do the live yourself, go for it.
I'm going to tell you how Mrs. Pate's Performance functions in the real world. You don't let emotions and feelings cancel things, when you make a commitment to people, and allow me to finish.
I had a gut check. What do you
Allow
want
me to
say?
finish. You don't let feelings and emotions, when you make a commitment that you're going to do something, you keep it. So because you're feeling all saucy inside over something that, quite honestly, you need to get over. At the end of the day, we're not going to get into details about it, but what he's feeling saucy over, fine. You want to feel
I
saucy.
can talk about it if you want.
No,
it's not the end of the
this
world.
is not the place to talk about it right now. You're not in that time frame to talk about it. You talk about something like this after it's finished. But at the end of the day, people are going through, you know my theory, guys. When people are going through far greater in the world, you need to sometimes put yourself in a timeout. And you need to say to yourself, what I'm feeling a little saucy over, I'm sure there's people in this world who are going through far greater. I still have X, Y, and Z in my life.
Of course.
And I need to put myself in timeout. But what I cannot do is stop showing up. I cannot withdraw on my commitments. I cannot stop being a good person to those around me. I cannot stop being kind. I cannot stop being a good worker. I cannot bring a negative attitude into my everyday, because at the end of the day, I guarantee you, someone on the other end has it 10 times worse than how you feel that day. So if you're ever having a rough day, or you think that someone took a dump in your Easter basket and, ooh, woe is me today. Today's a rough day. Work stinks. I got the short end of the stick. Or life is just dumping on my parade on a daily basis. Have your pity party, cry it out, and at the end of the day, remember that somebody out there is praying for that job that you have. They're praying for that spouse that you have. They're praying for that house that you get to walk into every day that they don't have, that they've been working their ASS for. At the end of the day, there's always something to be grateful for. There's always gratitude to have, and we all have commitments to show up for. Please don't let your pity party take over your everyday.
Nobody's asking for pity.
You can, oh, my love bug, you're letting it consume you at this point.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
it's very frustrating.
Life is frustrating.
I know, so it's time to leave.
Life is frustrating.
Time to leave.
But in the meantime, you know what the most important work we do is in the meantime. You know that you don't love what's happening right now, and you know that there's got to be something better down the road, right?
We'll find out Monday.
But you know what's going to be horrible is if you have that crappy attitude in the meantime. It's just going to make it 10 times worse. And at the end of the day, your crappy attitude in the meantime of going from A to B is just going to depress the people around you. It's going to make you hate the situation you're in 10 times more.
I do hate the situation I'm in.
And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So you know what? Put your big boy panties on, and you know what? Suck it up. Suck it up, and then work every day 10 times harder to change the situation you're in. But do it with a grateful heart and a better attitude, and then keep it moving. Because somebody out there would love to put those work boots on that you put on every day. And somebody out there would love to lay in bed with your wife every day. And somebody out there would love to hop in that truck that you get to work on. And granted, that truck may be a POS, but they'd love to hop in that truck every day because they don't have one. And someone would love to turn the key in that house that you think is another POS, but they don't have one. Be grateful for the things you have. That's the bottom line. Life's not a bag of roses. Nothing we have is perfect. We always want the next best thing. I get that. We always want the next best thing because we work hard, right? So
I work very hard.
You try.
I work very hard.
So you work at making it hard.
Have the rug pulled out from underneath
me. But guess what?
I work way too hard for that.
Guess
way
what?
Too hard.
Guess what?
What?
Like nobody. When you were pulled out the womb the doctor didn't smack you on the rear end and said, Jason Pate, life's going to be easy and it's going to be a walk in the park and everything in life is going to be handed to you. And guess what? When you get that job of your dreams, it's going to go exactly as planned and every day is going to be exactly what you want it to be. That was never promised to you or the next guy or the next woman. And you know what you do? When it doesn't go the way you need it to, you take a deep breath, you reflect, and then you think about what you need to change it. But in the meantime, that really important time, you keep a positive attitude. And you work on and you think to yourself, at least I still have that job. I still have that paycheck. I have that beautiful wife or husband to go home to. I have that house. I have a meal on the table. And you know what? I can look for other things out there. And until that happens, I'm going to have a positive attitude. Because you know what? I woke up breathing this morning. I've got my health and I've got my life. And I've got my wrenches. And guess what you woke up to? Both of these working too. Which these are going to be busy today, by the way.
So Annie, good morning, Tech Sparky. How are you?
I'm
I will
done.
not be there, but my body will be cooked for my wife. Excellent, good for you. I know on Instagram he posts a lot of foodie stuff. You think he was almost a chef. Obviously, Henry, good morning. Look what the can of worms you opened up. Dick Small Engine Repair. Everywhere in the chat, absolutely. Hope all are well, friends. We are doing just fine.
We are. We are.
Smash a thumbs up for the pates. Appreciate it. Craig, how are
Good
you?
morning.
I've been a little busy, a little head in the clouds a little bit. I know I've seen a few things on Instagram. I've been playing catch up. You posted some crazy wall outlet. You also got some new tools. Absolutely amazing. Can't say this more than enough. Probably one of the best Instagrams that I absolutely enjoy because I like playing with metal. Not to the capacity that Craig does, but definitely check him out. Definitely an inspiration when I start to do fabrication work. I definitely think of some of the things that he has done. Speaking of fabrication, Uncle Ed is in the house. Long time no see. Absolutely. I think we've been a little bit busy. There's no excuse. I think we should.
And busy's never bad.
Yeah. Sunday
Thank
we
God,
need
right?
to. So at first we tried to rotate between you and Twisted's live. 1 week him, 1 week you. We kind of just fell off that spectrum. So hopefully I think this Sunday we'll make a conservative effort. Sunday.
And
Uncle
we
Ed.
do have an embarrassing confession to make about
Sunday,
one
Uncle
Saturday.
Ed. Saturday. Uncle
There was
Ed.
a Saturday, this is for Mark, were we not passed out on the couch? Was it maybe like 7?
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
o'clock? Oh my
So
heavens.
Mike's work schedule is all over. If you
Yeah.
guys check out my
Yeah.
community
It was bad.
page on
Confession.
the YouTube, I posted, I think there's some pretty cool pictures. Panoramic view of work. So my day started at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the moron, he has one job and one job only, is to turn the goddamn lights on. Now, why can't they set a time or anything? I have no control. So I have to work in the dark.
It looks so romantic with the lights.
And then that turned into off. He's supposed to turn
I
them
know,
on.
I
They were
saw the
off.
picture.
They were off.
I saw
So 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to go through, just count those trucks, 50, 60 trucks. Just have to go through all of them before all the drivers get there. And, think wherever you go, any lapse of communication, especially something as big as Amazon, there is a lapse of communication. I keep trying to tell them to implement a policy of ownership. And when I say ownership is that you drive the same vehicle every day. I've been in my field for 7 years. I know it's not a long time, but I can definitely tell you there's a severe difference between a fleet where the driver has the same truck every day compared to a fleet where they, hop everyone around to different vehicles. That driver knows that truck. That driver will take care better of the truck. I mean, I've seen it firsthand. I have this past year, 2 years ago, I got my first account where the drivers didn't stay in the same truck every day. And there was just a severe lapse in care, quality, and workload once you get into that environment. So I'm trying to get Amazon to break that mold. I have no idea why they won't put the same driver in the same truck every day. But it is what it is.
Is it a staffing piece?
Nope, it's not a staffing piece. It's just not like I said, so what happens is if you're done with your vehicle at the end of the day, you're supposed to write up any issues or concerns or ongoing issues that you're having with the vehicle. And then when I come in the morning, I'm supposed to take a look at that first. And then from there, just go through all the routine maintenance checks if there's nothing. So
and they're asked to do this at the end of their shift?
At the end of their shift.
Which I'm sure if they're ready to hightail it out of there, I'm sure they're not looking to sit
they're
there
not
and write it
looking
up.
to do anything.
Yeah.
So then in the morning, sometimes it's a madhouse rush where everybody wants, this fix, that fix, this looked at, and I'm only one person. So it gets a little stressful.
No, understand.
So that was 3 o'clock in the morning. And then my day just, I can't say spiraled, but a busy person is a happy person all the way up until I think that picture I took was like at 5 o'clock at night at, thankfully, my last account for the day. It was pretty cool just how things are different. You could just see how here in New York, how basically like 5:30, 5 o'clock, starting to get dark out, which kind of sucks for us weekend driveway guys. Thank God we cleaned out the garage. It's funny now.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Just repeat that one more time.
I think now I have to start looking at a different lighting situation. I thought, we fixed the lighting when I got here. I added 2 nice LED lights. Now I'm going to revert back to the plug-in bulbs. I don't know if you guys seen online. I seen on Instagram, another Instagrammer, Neighbor Dominator. His brother's actually part of the channel. He made me one. He got like those tripod LED lights that you could bend up and down and sideways. And I think I'm going to go take off those shop LED lights, or maybe I won't throw them away. I'll put them someplace else, but maybe I'm going to do like 4 pods of those and angle lights, here and there.
Those the ones you sent a picture of that time?
Yes, she was looking at it. So I just I gotta make a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Polar Ed, if all goes well, Uncle Ed, we will see you guys 7 o'clock Sunday for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
let's go down.
I'm scrolling.
Scroll. Sorry.
Hello. Okay.
Everybody saying hello to each other.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Andrews. How are you? Hope you are feeling better. Can't wait to see that picture of you in that Harley.
I'm sorry, guys. I went super, super fast. Hold on. I went way too fast. We were both scrolling at the same time.
Go down.
How
about you use that?
No, I'm totally fine with this.
Apparently not. If you're just zipping along.
I give
How's your dog? Good morning. How are you?
Time.
Thank God you didn't need a wake-up call. But I hope you're doing well.
This is 3 weeks in a row. Kaiser's clearly has a beautiful morning routine now.
Yes. Matthew Olson, no more editing for me.
Mark?
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Absolutely. Good morning, Twisted Video.
Oh, Maddie, how are you? Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you? No more editing for you. Yes, Matty Olson had excellent nut and bolt videos that we trying to replicate, and then he transitioned to Just Lives. Unfortunately, Matt is an absolute master at what he does. Mm-hmm. So I'm not at that level yet where I feel comfortable just going things live. I've been telling Maddie and Ken and you guys, I had this chainsaw that I bought months ago. It's still sitting in the Honda. I might just do that Maddie Olson style and go live and then just have you guys rip me apart.
I have to say, I hate how negative you are on yourself, because at the end of the day, it's just like him in electrical work.
You guys know I don't edit out the ugly on my channel, right? But when it comes to 2-cycle.
But you're such a Debbie Downer. You're always quick to be like, it's going to be terrible. It's like him with electrical work. He's like, oh, I'm so terrible at it. And then he starts doing it. Welding, for example. He's always like, oh, I'm not good at it. And then he does it. And it's like, he's great at it.
I never said I was good at welding.
You used to.
I'm okay.
Henry, hold that congratulations, because the transaction happens today. I got it.
We will find out 10:30, I said it before. So it gives me an hour and a half to get out of storage, put gas in it, and go there. Okay, it's going to get the whole trash away. So I know you got snow. I see that Toro. So here's another, right? I can't say KCB is my protege, but KCB is another epitome of Pate's performance. Restyle, restoration, little paint goes a long way. KCB makes a tremendous amount of effort. Does a lot of equipment. It's mind blowing. That's another Instagram channel. I mean, it's going to make you sick, but in a good way. That however Casey, gets his equipment, God bless, he gets it basically all for free. And the volume that he does it, oh my God.
Congratulations, Casey, on the sale. Excellent. Uncle Ed, I would have done the live, and then it ended up just being like a busy day. Henry, I've got a good attitude. I got to tell you, we've talked before about the road I've been down. That's why I will always give this man his pity party.
I'm a structured person. I like to have things.
And so am I.
All my ducks in a row.
So am I.
I don't like when I get knocked off to a certain extent, because then it kind of throws me out of whack. That's like my
let's be honest,
OCD issue or whatever. Because I like to set realistic goals for myself. And that prevents me from not achieving them, right? I don't believe in setting these crazy high goals. I believe in setting realistic goals. And so therefore you could focus on other things that come up. And yeah.
Well, let's put it realistically. He doesn't like when life happens.
No.
Yes, that's what it boils down to. Any of us who have been in the work field for a long, long time
I've been working since I'm 14.
Stop. What's happening to you now has happened to me about 14 times in my job. And I'm still here to tell the story. And that's right, Uncle Ed. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. William, any day, baby. Any
Good morning,
day.
William. How are you?
Good morning.
Those food channels are sure looking good. Yeah, but I mean, not for my health.
Yeah, maybe we'll start a preach channel. There we go. All right, we got Ken. I said hello to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, is it who I think it is? It's the official.
Long time no see.
Long time no see, baby. I recognize those cool shades any day. Jack Bray, it is always a pleasure. Good morning. How are you, love? Thomas, we said good morning to you, my love. Rob Jr., good morning, love.
Heard me as an editor say they could get rid of it.
Excellent. Good to have you here, Rob. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Wait, who's here?
Rob Jr.'s in the house.
Oh, okay. Yep. He's a local flipper. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as us, self-propelled lawnmowers sell like that. I am struggling to sell push mowers. Even with a bag, to set unrealistic goals.
I love you, Uncle Ed.
So it is beyond frustrating. So I'll sell things for a little bit less towards the end of the season. But this year was very groundbreaking for us. I think you guys seen the journey that we started from the beginning of this year to where we ended up as far as things went. I don't know what next season is going to bring for people like us, including Rob. I don't know if Uncle Arch is going to stop in here. The spring sprint is what I say this over and over again because it's just true and true and true. Spring print is what I call the first 7 to 10, 2 weeks of spring, where whatever you have for sale, it is out the window. Right. And you guys seen, due to COVID, right? I went out and I bought 3 truckloads of lawnmowers and equipment from another flipper running. And I sold that within 10 days. I mean, I made every effort possible to capture every dollar that I can. Now, I don't know what's going to happen next year, right? We have no idea. So for me to sell certain items for a loss, I'm not sure if I want to go that route instead of just holding on to them for next year. So that's where I'm kind of at. Snowblowers are different. Okay, we're selling a snowblower today. We're taking $50 less than what we normally would. We haven't had snow in 2 years. Mm-hmm. We did have, like I said, we had 2 nasty cold snaps. We had 1 week of nasty cold weather followed by a week of 70 to 60. It was mind-blowing. This week now we're down to a nasty cold snap. Yesterday was a gorgeous day to work. Today is going to be a gorgeous day to work.
And tomorrow we're back to just nasty.
Oh, now we're back to nasty cold weather. Yeah. So like I said, so I had 39. I bought I have 40 snow blowers. Now I'm down back to 39 if one sells today. I just need to discipline myself not to go out and buy one unless it's strictly for the channel, but I already have enough content.
It'll just be so interesting to see, though. See, I'm curious with the lawnmower spring sprint for a different reason. I'm more curious. This year, I feel, was atypical because of COVID, people doing their own properties.
And I'm going to cut off. And Rob, I'm still selling them at my full asking price. No negotiation, by the way.
Yeah. So I feel like we had an uptick in sales also due to the fact that people were taking ownership over their own property. I am so curious to see where not only the season brings us with the weather, like how soon we start the spring sprint with that.
Yes.
But I'm also curious to see just where the state of affairs are with where we are as a country. And if people are like, I'm done I want to see two things. I want to see the people who decided to be their own landscapers this year because of everything going on. If they're like, whoo, I'm done with this CRAP, and they start wanting to get rid of their lawnmowers again because they want to get their landscapers back. So I wonder if we'll see a lot of things come up for sale. I'm also curious if we're going to see the opposite. If people are going to hold on to doing their own equipment, so there'll be more repairs or more people purchasing. Like, I'm so curious to see where that spring sprint's going to go. Is it going to go as the homeowner still being the landscaper, or the homeowner being done with it and wanting their landscaper back, so they want to get rid of equipment? So I'm so curious to see where the action is going to take place and how soon in the season it's going to take place. I think it's going to be 2021. I think it's going to be an interesting year with equipment. I do think, here's my prediction. If people decide they don't want to be their own landscaper anymore, I do think we're going to end up finding a lot of equipment that's going to need a lot of repair. Because I think we're going to deal with a lot of people who thought they were landscapers and they're not. And I think their equipment is going to be used and abused. But we'll see. Maybe there'll be some good curb finds too. Who knows?
So
I don't know. I'm excited.
Leaf blowers, especially backpack blowers, I cannot keep in stock. I kind of screwed myself, but I kind of felt, I don't know what kind of late November, I finally came across my first Echo Monster 8010. And I was going to do a video on it. Got a lot of great chatter on Instagram. Unfortunately, I sold it within 48 hours of putting it up for sale for full asking price. And that was very good money for us. And I tried buying more. I even tried buying out of state. Remember, I said I tried buying, was it 12 or 24 of them? I forgot. But we were going to spend some cheese.
Send it here, Thomas.
But to make it. So it is what it is. Some more popped up. I'm trying to work out the logistics for that. We are that close to getting it done, but I don't think it's going to work out because I am not going to work for a little amount of money. We do have a profit zone, and that little bit that we're at is our fine line, and we're literally threading the needle, as is, especially it's blower season. And then especially we have YouTube. So I'll put it to you this way. If I put it up on YouTube, you guys know we're a monetized channel. We're going to get, money from the video, and, we're going to get money from the sale. So now I take that into account on certain things that I won't even do it for money. I'll do it, for you guys and for content. And for me and this guy to be this close, that just shows you, our profit margin on this, retrospectively on hand is very little. I was very excited to get it. I mean, I've been wanting one for 2 years, ever since they came out. And this was actually the first one that was actually, pretty decent. That didn't look like the one that Mrs. Pat Tastefuls brought home, the still. Actually, the still that we brought home, she brought home, even though you guys want to make fun of her for it. That was a very nice profit. Forget about the YouTube aspect. Not a lot of action on that video, which is fine. But it just shows you guys that if you guys ever come across a still and it's blown to bits, you can fix it very easy, relatively cheap, using dealer parts, and you could turn that zero into a hero for sure.
Guys, stop the presses for a minute. While we were walking down the land of negativity with this little smurf, I forgot to mention the missus not only...
She's been on fire.
Hold on, guys.
Like I
Wait a
said, I'm
second.
behind on content. Maybe I'll just do a week of Mrs. Pate's performance
Not
uploads.
only am I possibly stealing a snowball blower deal today, the missus found a handheld Echo blower this week on the curb on her way to work.
Don't give up content. Don't give it up. Maybe I'll do a week
I'm
of
not
Mrs.
going to give you
Pate's
any
performance uploads.
bits and pieces.
You know, if I fix the other thing today, then you have a week's worth of Mrs. Maybe we'll do a week of Mrs. Pate's performance uploads.
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to say to that?
Of course, she gets them and I fix them. It's not like she's doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we traveling down the road to negativity again? No. You know what I have to say to this? When you keep a positive attitude, and trust me, I have plenty to want to feel negative about this week. Trust in that. I'm keeping a positive spin on life right now. And look what happened. A handheld blower, snow blower possibly in the works today. Stick with me, kid. Stick with me.
So
You
leaf
could
blowers
pick up
are an
something.
absolute sale. Snow blowers, I have no idea. This is an old ad that this guy must have dug from the weeds. Can you know what? Check out your phone and
Oh.
see when that ad was posted.
Before we do the weeds, I have a question for you guys. I had another situation happen to me, and I wanted, what would you do? So I was driving to work, and Mrs. Pate's performance probably, was it a full week before I found my handheld blower? Mrs. Pate's performance literally almost veers off the road. And I come across some more curb fines. And now I am dressed pretty impeccably for work this particular day. And now I am dying because, first of all, we all know I'm driving the White Diamond. So clearly there is just no way that I am able
Do you
to,
want me to post this? Is that
I
right?
think so. There's just no way
You can do
that
that.
I can possibly pull over the White Diamond and stuff these curb fines into my vehicle.
He's so stupid.
And I'm contacting the mister. Now he's at work. There's just no way he can leave work to come get these fines. I either had a choice. I'd be late to a meeting and literally look like I just ran through a garbage dump to load these into the White Diamond, or I let these go. Because no one's home at this house. I can't even knock on the door to say, hey, can you put these to the side for me? I'll come later. What would you have done? Can I tell you, you know you're into this and you know you're so about the flip when you sit there and you can ask him, I literally wanted to cry. And there was a part of me that I got to work, and when I knew he couldn't go and get it for me, I turned around and I was this close to getting to work and saying to the ground and maintenance crew, let me borrow your pickup truck. I'll be right back with it. But I still knew I was dressed to the nines. There was no way I'm loading this into the car without getting destroyed. I could cry. What would you do? Ken, there was no one home, buddy. I tried.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to share with you. This is as I'm driving by. This is the scene.
So this is obviously, you guys can see, forget about this. Look at these two top handles here and here, right? This is your money shot right here. What do you see? That handle is, forget about the bag, right? And the white wheels, right? Forget about the bigger picture. This is what my eyes were drawn to this right away. This little block right here. Follow this. Wow, I'm really bad at this. See this right here? Follow this right here. those handles are exclusive to Toro Personal Pace, so that you know right there. And then you let your eyes follow you. 2 of them.
And
They're old, but
and
that's okay.
And let me tell you, the one behind it, the one with the handle popping up, that one was new.
That one looks new. You could tell the style of wheels. This solid style wheel is the older version, but guess what?
Compression on both.
It's a Toro recycler. You just can't get any better than that. And I think these style wheels are actually for a super recycler, and these up top for regular cycle. Come with the bag, but unfortunately, just the way things worked out, couldn't get them. Now, I was going to reach out to Henry Mows and Blowers to get them, but then she says they're in Melville. And I don't think Henry would want to take
And the other
trip.
problem is their garbage delivery would have came before he would have possibly even gotten there. I got to tell you, you know what my regret was? Let me see if anybody could possibly figure out what should I have taken from that scene that I did not take. Who can figure out what should I have taken from that scene? I could have taken it. I could have easily put it in the trunk. What would you have taken if you couldn't have taken both those machines? Who knows? What did I kick myself later in the day for not have taken with me?
It's his life.
Who knows? We have an answer. We have an answer. Yes. Yes. I kicked myself 40 times over because I said to him, I should have taken the bags. If nothing else, there was no rips, no tears. You could have sprayed them and made them look new. Oh my God. I got to tell you, I even have a screwdriver in the trunk. I could have taken the wheels off those things. I had enough time to at least do that. I took nothing, nothing. And I got to tell you, the garbage truck, I rounded the corner onto the main highway. That garbage truck was coming like 15 minutes later. Those 2 bad boys either made it into the truck or those sanitation workers knew what they were looking at and they were saving them for someone else too. I got to tell you, I don't think I've been so disappointed in so long, but I think the flip gods said to me, don't worry, my child. I will bless you with another curb fine. Because it was the exact 1 week later, different house, I found that blower find, which you'll see on the channel coming your way. I messaged him and I said, what do you think this could fetch you? He goes, no effing way. So who knows? I'm thinking maybe a snowblower next. Who knows? Who knows?
So go back to, I repaired a snow thrower today, new belts and a scraper babe. Good for you. What kind of snowblower was it? We have an overload of snowblowers here for repair. I think this cold snap kind of scared people. I have a snowblower currently in the shop. The snowblower is actually here on the channel for the same owner, same snowblower, same issue, maybe a year or 2 years ago. And here it is again. Same owner, same snowblower, same issue. I'm not sure if I want to make a video out of it. The problem I'm having this year, I cannot do any upselling, right? People coming in for just a repair and they want nothing else. No tune-up. It's just the way it is, and I'm not going to offer a discount on my services. Sorry, when it blows up, I'll see you again. But people here just want it for the repair, and that's it. And I keep reminding them, it's just like a car. You got to change your oil. You got to do this. If it needs a repair, it's going to need a service. And I'm 0 for 3 already, and I have another 2 more coming in. I have a waiting list. I'm trying to keep my garage not cluttered, trying to keep it, spacey. Obviously, once winter hits, maybe that'll change. But right now, I enjoy the little space that I have now. I still have a couple of lawnmower projects I'm trying to cinch up, but since I'm in such a fog,
I have a question.
And you guys know the one of my lawnmowers has been giving me a pickle. I thought I ordered the parts and I didn't, so I have to do that today.
I have a question in regards to your statement.
What's that?
Are these all upsales that you're having difficulty with in regards to snowblower repairs?
What did I just say?
I didn't hear that part. I was
said
reading
I'm doing
the
a lot of
comments.
snowblower
Okay.
repairs, and I can't do any upselling.
I asked you to clarify. Do you think that the reason why that they're not interested in upgrading any snowblower repairs is because maybe
We haven't had
believe
snow in
that
2
we
years.
haven't had it? Maybe once the snow starts to hit the ground, like you're saying, they'll be like, oh boy,
Yeah, but
let's go for bells and whistles now.
No one's gonna bring their snowblower back for a tune-up. once
Not
it
these
snows.
guys, but maybe the next one's coming through. I say don't be Debbie Downer just yet.
Ricky Bobby, yes. I've had 2 Ricky Bobbies this week, and I've absolutely want to. If I ever see him in person,
Well,
I just want to smash their head against
He
the
was
wall.
saying Ricky Bobby to what happened to me.
One of them refers to a pressure washer, and it's beyond frustrating. And this is going to be a really good video, a pressure washer. Because I sold it to somebody that I know, I had to make an unfavorable decision, and that'll be a video in itself, and I'll explain why. I could have wiggled myself out of this decision, but I'll explain to you why I chose not to. That'll be another video. Maybe we'll do a live out of that. I don't know. Either video or live, but this is what I think this will be a part of the hobby that maybe you guys could see some insight on, that we've spoken about it, but I really could sit there and say that it comes down to a person-to-person, machine-to-machine basis. I had every right to make this. I could have made one decision one way, one decision the other way. I had every right to make both. I explained to him. I told him that. You guys know I'm brutally honest. I hold nothing back, as much as a nice person this guy was. And then I made my decision from there, and I'll explain why. And a couple of you guys this week, a lot of chatter on my channel this week from new subscribers and old subscribers. Channel grew. Thank you guys so much. New subscribers and old, we appreciate you all. A lot of you guys were asking about how to get into the repair aspect, and I think this video was perfect timing, and I could show you guys how with zero advertising. I mean, I told you guys how I do it, but then maybe if I could put a situation to an explanation, then maybe it'll be more insightful. I think you guys like when I do some of my repair videos that I show you what it's like dealing with the general public. And prime example would be that Echo backpack blower that was dropped off in a bag, right? Thing worked great and stopped running all of a sudden. And he put a new spark plug in it, fine, but that's it. You stop there. Maybe if he would have primed for a good time, he would have found out why his snowblower stopped working. Obviously, videos that are under 6 or 8 minutes, we don't get monetized. I really don't care for that, but I just want to show you guys. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And trust nobody. Trust absolutely no one. Trust absolutely no one.
So Ken, so like I was saying, he always says to me too, like there's going to be another machine on the channel that I questioned if they were getting rid of. So I actually did go to the front door, happened to become quite friendly with the homeowner. I got to be honest with you. I will almost never pay for a curb find. I will not do it. If I ever go to the front door for a curb find, it's more because I'm questioning if it's a curb find, because the Mrs. Pate has almost put a blower or two in her trunk that was belonging to someone else. So there's that. But I have had times where I've had to come back for like a piece of furniture or something like that. And I've asked the owner, can I just like slide this on the side? And they've been fine with it. So I try when it's a curb find to keep it to a curb find.
Catfish Slayer, Jason, absolutely. I know. Yes, I would have. She's hidden things, but not this.
This is also like on a fairly main road.
Very busy road.
I don't know where it would have hidden it,
but
to be honest.
The road that she found it on is actually, like I said this before, I actually find this road to be very, very majestic.
It's
and
pretty.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take you guys on a ride. It's going to be a little bit of a long video if I take you guys on a ride, because I absolutely enjoy this video when I'm in my service truck, even though I could take the Honda. I think the service truck adds like a different aspect to it. And I can only do like 15, 20 miles an hour. It's this type of road. I could even take Mandingo down this road. because I'll have the same feel per se as taking my service truck, because it's the roads are just that skinny. But you know, it is. I piss off a lot of people when I go down that road because you can't go around me, and it's just it is what it is. But it's a nice little thing. You guys know, you know, I watch other YouTube channels. Musty One is one of them. I think Musty One likes at the end of his videos to do like little scenery shots. This would be a very long scenery shot, and this will probably show you the roots of Long Island. You know, we live, you know, how Long Island has been, you know, suburbanized. There's this little niche of you know,
always so nice to
rural
see.
living. Yes.
Let's also add, though, to his
And it's
statement.
even prettier in the snow. I
Yeah.
had pictures in the snow. I took my service truck, parked it someplace, took a few photos.
Just FYI, so the area that he's referring to, and it's kind of sad on Long Island, some of the areas on Long Island that have these wide open spreads of land like he's referring to, this particular area, the houses that are over there that have the property connected to this particular road, the taxes there are anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a year. That's how they can capture that majestic stance. Must be so nice. Ken, a woman using the term compression. What a breath of fresh air. I didn't know what that word meant until this man taught me that word. And it's like the first thing now when there's a piece of equipment, I know he's going to ask, so I better test.
So if Mrs. Pate's performance can learn, so can you guys.
Yes. Yes, the bag. Okay. Talking about Ken. Ken's going to be working. So you said you had a fairly busy day today. And what's interesting, basically, he brought it up first. What's been interesting about the Mister and watching the Mister this week is that he hasn't only been doing the small engine work. He'll have a snowblower going in the driveway while he's under the Honda.
Yeah.
While he literally is ordering parts for the White Diamond. So he has been the epitome of the mechanic in all aspects.
And that was another reason why I can't go live, right? We had a lot of rain that week, which left me zero or almost nothing to do. So obviously here in New York, our cars have to pass the New York State inspection. It's pretty rigorous. There are a lot of gray areas, a lot of open ends that I do not like.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do not know your rights, you do not know your laws, you do not know your ins and outs, they will beat you up over the head. We had a personal experience where a shop tried to take advantage of her. Do you remember how we ended up there? We had to bring it to, my parents went away and they left us one of their vehicles.
I bought your parents' vehicle first, didn't I?
Do we have to repair it and then for an inspection, or they just dropped it off for an inspection? Oh, you know what we had to do?
Inspecting first.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why my parents
Yeah.
left. And they says, you know what? While we're away, I says, let's take care of one of the vehicles. Let's get it inspected. This vehicle happens to be something that my mom used to drive. It was a Jeep Liberty. I don't remember what year it was, but it was in phenomenal shape. Really nothing wrong to it. Obviously, between me and my father, we take very good care of it. My father is on top of it. My mother is your typical woman, which is fine. You know, if she gets in it, the car starts, she's okay. She doesn't know if the registration expires. She doesn't know if the inspection expires. You know, she doesn't communicate much. When you get in the
Mom's
vehicle,
job to have to do that. She just has to look good driving.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not
Which
arguing
she
that.
does look good
So the
driving.
only time there's an issue is when someone else gets in the vehicle and realizes, hey, there's this light on the dash. We got to take care of it, and this, that, and the third. So anyway, because this thing isn't used, doesn't need much, it'd be an easy peasy inspection. I said, we don't have to go to a regular shop. We could just go to the closest one that's available. She took it to a Mavis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at work. She calls me up and she says, listen, the Liberty failed and they want to spend, I think they want, how much did they want? Was it like
So
14?
ridiculous.
I forgot what it was.
Clearly,
I
they
think
weren't
it-
making enough business.
I think
They
it was.
drummed up
I think
some.
they estimated it was a little bit over $2,000. But if we did it today, they would do for like 1,500. And I was blown away. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he says, "Oh, it has a power steering leak, and it's coming from the rack and pinion." And I said, "Chris, this thing's been parked in our driveway all week. We would know if it's leaking. There's no way, but it happens. You know, something happens. Something could happen, right? If there's, let's play double sides."
Mhm.
So I said, Chris, it says, all right, have the guy show you where it's leaking from, because there's a difference between a leak and a seep. They could fail you for a leak,
Okay.
because that means leak goes onto the ground. And in the summer, that leak will get hot, and now you have a slick surface that vehicles should not be driving on. Yes, you fail. If you have a seep where it doesn't go onto the ground, they cannot fail you for that. That's just where it goes. So I told Christina, I said, show the guy, have the guy show you where it's leaking from.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she's like, I just feel more comfortable with you being on the phone with him. So I said, okay. So he puts me on the phone. So, hello, how are you? So I asked him if it was a leak or a seep. And he says, oh, well, it's leaking power steering fluid. I says, I don't understand. This thing was in our driveway all week. It wouldn't leak. So I explained to him that there's a difference between a leak and a seep, and he got quiet. So I unveiled my deck of cards. He says, listen, I'm a union heavy-duty diesel mechanic by trade. I hold my New York State certification inspection in both diesel, motorcycle, trailer, you name it, I have it. So I says, I think you're lying. And I think you should do the right thing and just pass my vehicle. And he says, no, we can't do that. And then he put me back on the phone with her. So I told her, just get out of there immediately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, damage was done. When she brought back the vehicle, it was actually leaking from the boot from the rack and pinion. So then I kind of felt a little bad. Maybe they were telling the truth. So I was prepared to apologize. I'm pretty good about that. And I says, you know what, let's tackle the repair ourselves. And when we pulled out the rack and pinion, where it was leaking from was the perfect, it wasn't a tear, it was a cut. You could tell when something's torn. You could tell when something's cut. And this cut was the perfect size shape of a flat tip bladed screwdriver. So immediately...
They probably used the Ginsu knife, Ken.
So immediately my father took pictures. He's bent out of shape, and he was trying to do all, and us as that. It is what it is. Be grateful that between you and I, we were able to fix it. This was well before YouTube. Everything online, they were saying that you have to drop the front subframe to get this rack and pinion out, and that's why the labor is so much. No, you don't. Snake it in, snake it out. It was a very easy repair. And then we also took care of another repair that's been long-term that we finally got it to break free, and we took care of that as well. Mm-hmm. Got it inspected, lesson learned, do not deviate from your normal repair shop. And we try, our normal repair shop is her. I've worked in repair shops most of my life, so I don't have a home shop. So we piggyback off, her mechanic, and he's good to us, but we're good to him. We're up front with him.
So to understand that relationship, it's not someone, not a family member, or anything like that. So the mechanic that I go to, knew that my father was, knew everything from soup to nuts with a vehicle growing up, and he was a mechanic also. So he knew that when I was bringing my car there as a teenager and throughout college, he knew that I was bringing it in and that there was no BSing, that my father was going to, catch him out there if he was lying or if he did something to the vehicle. And my father knew right away, like, this guy was, true blue, honest. It's a repair shop where it's a third generation owned. It's been in the community for a very, very long time. And you also have to be honest with you, anything as time went on and my father was no longer around to be able to help me or do anything for me, he then would help, like, my girlfriends when they had their cars. And you don't have a lot of money growing up, it's like, you're just making it by in college or, when you're a young kid. I swear to God, I don't know how he made money off of us at all, because we just gave him what it cost for the part. And, if we paid cash, he wouldn't charge us anything extra. And When I met my husband, I had my records for everything, and my husband said it was good work. And, you know, we're just grateful that we have a place that we can go and get things inspected, and we know it is what it is, and we have a good relationship. And it's hard to find a shop like that, especially at least here on Long Island. It's like everybody's looking to upsell.
And like memory serves me correct, I think, Ken, because I used to sell tires too, you know, used tires. People travel out of state for used tires because I forgot what state. I think maybe it's Connecticut or New Jersey, where the state's in charge of state inspection. You guys are not allowed to have visible flat repairs on your tires. Correct me if I'm wrong. A little bit over now. We'll hang on for a little bit. So we'll explain this. So this is very important to us. So Honda Element channel. Yes, there's a few videos on the Honda Element. All right, that video, okay, I know it doesn't apply to small engines technically, but watch that video. Okay, you're going to watch YouTube channels about other things, and they're going to say that it's nice and easy. Here we go. I watched the video, and you guys can watch that video too, right? I plugged the other channel, not in a bad way, to show you how things go in a perfect world. And that is the epitome of what I went through is not perfect. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, doing things that have been done before. And that thing was an absolute pain in the you-know-what. And to make it even more difficult is using things that you guys have easily accessible, right? And so that's, like I said, at the end of this video, there is an important message that even if you don't watch the end of the video, watch the end of the video and you guys will see my message. And I think, you know, we didn't even talk about this. We just know that that is the foundation and, you know, the purpose of Pat Taste Forms. I forgot what day did you come home from work and I'm on the phone. Well, I was trying to be on a phone call with this guy from Canada. He reached out to me via a YouTube channel, via my YouTube channel, that he's having problems with his Husqvarna snowblower. And I have a build series on Husqvarna. And his problem, I just don't recall ever seeing. And what I've experienced through many snowblowers is what he was telling me was completely different. So before I wanted to give him advice, I wanted him to show me, right? You know, because their Husqvarna's parts diagrams are pretty poor. I'm sorry, Husqvarna is made by AYP. So AYP's diagrams are very, very poor. There's no pictures of parts. The pictures that he wasn't sending me just wasn't jiving. So she comes home on a video chat from a guy in Canada trying to help him fix his snowblower.
And it wasn't Bruce, so
it was, yeah, no, it wasn't.
Bruce.
But you know,
or Franco.
Yeah. But point being, you know, we got it done. So if you're willing to take something and do something on your own in favor of my channel, I'm always willing to help you in some way. The only thing I ask for is that if someone ever needs you in a time of need, is you kind of return the favor, right? We're going to keep building and building and building, right? Small engine work translates into cars. You know, cars can translate to certain things, right? Some of the stuff I'm doing on these cars aren't really technical as far as just trying to diagnose, maybe a different story. But as far as trying to do the work yourself, absolutely. And just by doing the work yourself, you guys could save yourself a lot of money. And then you could apply it towards other aspects in life, whether it be a new hobby, investing, saving, you know, the whole line. And, you know, like I said, D Fields, he's a long-time subscriber of the channel, but he's not on our lives. He's another guy. Small engine work, started working on his own vehicles. So, you know, that's what we're all about. You would say empowerment. Just watch that Honda video. Watch towards the end, and you'll see my message. And if you guys beg to differ, then, you know, let me know. And as far as creating a Honda Element video channel, no, I'm just going to keep everything universal. I do get messages from time to time. Hey, man, when are you going to put more videos out of Mandingo? Unfortunately, at this time in our life, we're really trying to, you know, set up a good foundation before we just start going crazy with certain aspects. And to be honest with you, before I start throwing a lot of money and resources into Mandingo, I'd rather get my other truck under the car cover, you know, up and going. That's my priority. But before we get that going, I want a garage so I can work in it, take my time, be in heat, take you guys along with me and show you that working on your vehicle or almost any vehicle isn't that bad, especially when you guys start with something small like a lawnmower, backpack blower, weed whacker. A little bit of paint goes a long way. These basic hand tools, you know, you're good to go. And just build on that. I really can't stress that, you know, more than enough. You know, if you could fix a lawnmower, I'm not saying you can't fix anything, but guess what? You have a damn good chance of tackling on a project because you understand how certain things work, you can apply that to almost anything else, in life, without a doubt.
And Ken, I saw you said he needs a Honda Element channel.
No.
It's funny.
People are asking. Honda Element videos are popular within the community.
They have quite a following. They really, really do. I have to tell you, it's the one thing. Remember, the Mister has always said this channel was going to be a little bit of everything.
Yep.
It's going to be
We've worked
home
on the house.
repairs.
Yep.
Mandingo. It's going to be the Element, the White Diamond. It's everything.
So I'll put up Drew Manley here. Drew Manley, we met via Facebook and through
Hi,
small
Drew.
engine work. And then he found my channel, hunted me down, put two together. A friend requested me on Facebook, and we chat through there. Drew Manley owns a customization and restoration shop, does beautiful work. He also does small engine stuff too. He just started doing small engines. So if you want to Drew, if you have an Instagram, by all means, plug it up. If you're Facebook, that's entirely up to you. But another good guy. Yes, you have a huge shop. I'm jealous. One day.
Drew says up here, where do you mean up here, Drew? Where's up here? Where are you from? I'm always so curious to see where everybody's from. Oh.
Wait, do you have to go down? Oh, I think they're talking about some guy locally. Here, take that down. You too can. Yeah, so anyway, there's that. So that's the whole thing of empowerment. I mean, I think even Henry commented on one of the videos like that Milwaukee Snubby Impact, right? Okay, so he's in New York.
Oh, okay.
So near us.
So my mom was from Little Falls, New York, so not super far from where you're from. So when I have to go for education conventions, I come up by you. But it's usually for protesting. So I don't think they take kind to me up there. But Drew, I have
He just did a Mustang.
Too much going on up down here. Unfortunately, the Mister and I, with the looks of things in the next, I would say, year to two, we're going to be rooted here for a long time, career-wise for me. So, yeah, we're going to be here. I'll just keep protesting up by you.
So yeah, so obviously, every repair shop has its whatever. I mean, my job, we're not like that, but I have a foundation where we call it Find the Money. And in that sense is that we start finding things that are wrong with the truck to prevent breakdowns. Or when we find something wrong with the truck, we are responsible for certain repairs. But if they cause that repair, then they are responsible for it. So, my job doesn't call it that. That's just something, I call it, and something I pass on to the new guys that I train. I just call Find the Money. If something's broke, look outside. Like Scott Culler would know this. And maybe you guys could observe this too. Vista Tweakin, Polar Bear Ed, you guys would know this, right? You ever drive down a road and you see how the trees are shaped a certain way? So here's a prime example. You go work on a truck, guy has no lights. Meanwhile, one light is smashed and the wires are ripped out so all the lights don't work. And then you find a leaf or a branch somewhere along the truck. He hit a tree, not on purpose, but, he ripped, that tree branch got stuck in the wires, pulled out the light, pulled out all the wires. So we have to repair that. Now, if the light just naturally went out, then we're responsible for that repair. But if he hit something, then he's responsible for that repair. So in the grand scheme of things, electrical work for me takes a long time. So, you don't want to cost our company money. They're going to have to pay for it, and so on and so on. Uncle Arch, how are you? I guess your ears were ringing early. We were just talking about Rob. We were talking to Rob about you. Oh, that's fine, huh? Stop it when you come up. I have an Instagram, but don't push small engine stuff on there. Also, thank you for the kind comments about my work. Well, from one tradesman or one hobbyist to another, good work is easily recognized and achieved. With that being said, it is past an hour. I have an hour and a half to dig this snowblower out of storage. I hope it starts. I did winterize it.
I gotta put the gun show on and help him.
I'm thinking it. I don't know if I should make a winterization video or how you guys winterize your equipment, right? I drain. I don't leave any gas in anything. I drain it all dry. Sorry. And I have no issues. But you never know. I always like to have my my ducks lined up. Hopefully this guy doesn't drag us on like the last moron did and make this thing take it out of storage for no reason.
He actually just reached out to wish me a good morning, and he'll see me at 10:30.
All right. I got to go. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Drew, if you want to throw up your Instagram, guys, check out Instagram. Uncle Arch, I know you've been busy, been putting out a lot of great machines. I was just telling Rob, the only lawnmowers that are selling right now for me are self-propelled for full asking price. Push mowers, not so much. So I think I'm going to hold on to them for next year. No discounts whatsoever at the end of the season. I will save them for the next spring sprint. With that being said,
I love starting Saturday making green.
thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys have a wonderful week and a better week.
Yes.
Hopefully we have some good news for you. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes.
Twisted V Twin Garage goes live, I think, tonight at 7. Mick today, I think 12:30-ish. I'm not sure if we'll make his live. 1:30-ish, 12:30-ish. Kent Small Legends Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning as usual. And Polar Bear Ed, Uncle Ed's live is Sunday, 7 o'clock at night. We're going to make a really good effort to get on Uncle Ed's. We haven't seen him in a while. We miss you, your son, your brother, and your daughter, and your community as well. KCB's Instagram is exactly how you see his name. You cannot miss it. There is one and only KCB. And you will not see any other Instagrammer, YouTuber pulling out the volume and quality equipment that he is for free. Runner up, I think. He's also on here. He's not here today, but he's in New York as well. Second Chance Mowers. He doesn't do a lot of YouTubing in that sense, but he does have a YouTube channel. Another guy who gets a lot of stuff for free called Second Chance Mowers. But KCB just gets it all. It's going to make you sick to see what he gets, but it's also going to be pretty rewarding to see what he gets and what he does with it. All right, guys. Thanksgiving is this week or no?
It is.
Thanksgiving is this week. Give thanks to those that you have. No matter what people say, you guys, continue to take care of each other, stay safe. And what? You took a deep breath.
I have a lawnmower to sell.
Lawnmower, snowblower.
Snowblower. See, you're getting me all frazzled.
All right, guys. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a sell them Sunday. We'll see. But definitely now we're going to be doing a week of Mrs. Pat Chase performance. I have enough videos from her.
Somebody's got to
that
leave
you guys
the
are just going to
here.
see a week of her and her videos.
My God. Got money to make here.
So if our channel goes down the tubes, you know who to blame.
No,
all right, guys.
Geez.
Later.
Picture magic.